Okay, we're live on Facebook. Hello, everybody. It's Joanne Musa, the tax lien lady. And I just got back from a tax sale a little while ago. I got back about an hour ago, a little less than an hour ago, and had lunch, and then I'm drinking my coffee. I had to leave somewhat early, not too early this morning. The sale was about 30 minutes away from my house, and it was at 10:30. I did get 2 liens in the sale. I paid premium for them. I paid a lot of premium. And in one of the audios that I did for the Investing for Success audio, I talked about the differences in premium in different states and why sometimes you could pay a lot of premium in New Jersey. Okay, not as much as, you can't pay so much in Colorado, okay? In Indiana, you could pay a lot of premium too, because in Indiana, you're going to get interest on your premium. In Colorado, not only are you not going to get interest on your premium, but you're not going to get your premium back. In New Jersey, you're not going to get interest on your premium, but you do get your premium back if the lien is redeemed in 5 years. And it's a 2-year redemption period, so you could always start foreclosure and force redemption after 2 years. So it's a pretty good bet you're going to get your premium back, but you don't get any interest on it in New Jersey. However, once you have the lien, you can get the maximum rate on all your subsequent taxes that you pay, right? So hello, everybody that's coming in. Just say hello so I know who you are, where you're coming from, so I could best answer your questions. And Nicole is here to help us out today. And Nicole, I know I've had questions maybe from Facebook or from YouTube, or questions that were emailed to me. Did I send you questions that I told you to make sure that I answered today? If I did, could you put them in the comments so that I could see them? I kind of had a busy morning this morning, so I didn't get a chance to check all that. Just got back from a tax sale a little while ago, and made myself lunch a little after 1 o'clock after not having anything for breakfast except coffee. So before I left this morning. All right. So what can I help you with today? Make sure you let me know what state you're talking about so that I know the best way to answer your question, because it is so different in every state. Okay, Nicole does have a question for me, but she plans on being here, the person who answered the question, so we'll wait for her to get here. Hi, Jessica. What's the best strategy for Maryland? I am interested in obtaining property. Thank you. Okay. I just, when I first came on, I talked a little bit about premium, and I talked about the tax lien states that have online sales that are going on now: New Jersey, Indiana, and Colorado. But Maryland also has online tax sales. They usually happen in May and June. And you do bid premium in Maryland too. But you don't have to pay the premium in Maryland until you actually have to foreclose on the lien. I know that sounds really good, but it's not the greatest. And I'll tell you why: because people pay so much money because they don't have to pay it at the sale. So they'll bid a lot. So if what you want to do is really get the property, you have to be careful how much premium you bid at the sale. You're not going to get interest on your premium. You're not even going to actually pay it until you go to foreclose on the property. There's only 1 year redemption in Maryland. I'm sorry, it's only 6 months in Maryland, only a 6-month redemption period. So it happens, pretty fast. So what you can look for if you want to get the property are distressed properties with out-of-state owners. Somebody that's not taking care of the property and an out-of-state owner. Is that going to ensure that you're going to get the property? No, you might still not get it. But it gives you, it's a little more, oh, and without a mortgage on it. You want to make sure there's no mortgage, out-of-state owner, and it's distressed. And if you really want to get it, you could go after unoccupied properties, properties that look vacant. They are going to need a lot of work, but you probably, with out-of-state owners and no mortgage, you might be able to get them. Okay. So Jessica, I hope that helped. Hope that helped you. Those sales are usually, they do have online sales in Maryland, and they're usually in May and June. And every county in Maryland is different. They even have a different interest rate. They all have the same redemption period. They all have a 6-month redemption period, but they have a different interest rate. Anywhere from 6% to 20%. Okay, you're welcome, Jessica. All right, any more questions for me? And again, let me know, like Jessica did, what state you're talking about. And if you can let me know what your goal is, like Jessica did, that she's really interested in getting the property, because it's a different strategy than if you're interested in getting the return on your money. Okay, I just bid in New Jersey. I bid high premiums on a couple of tax liens that I got. I bid on, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5. I only got 2. There were not a lot in the sale. It was a live sale. There were, originally there were 22 liens in the sale. I think there were only maybe 12 left at the sale. Okay. All right, so who else is here? Say hello so that I know who's here and that I can help you with your questions. Yeah, I might have gotten questions emailed to me, Nicole, and told you that the best way to answer them was on here. And I'm guessing that's the one question that you got from the person who said she was going to come. And I'm wondering if there was anything on YouTube or Facebook. I always tell people when they leave, because we post these on Facebook too. I mean, it goes right into the, I mean, we post these on YouTube also as well as Facebook. This recording goes right into Facebook. You're watching it on Facebook now, but after it's done, we also put it on YouTube. So I do get questions on YouTube, and I tell people the best way to get them answered is here. And I don't know, Nicole, maybe you could check YouTube for me and see if there's any questions there that I might have answered and just said the best way to get your question answered is on the Facebook Live. All right. Jessica says, I am a new investor. Are there nearby states that you could recommend near DC? Any worth traveling to attend? Well, there are redeemable deeds in South Carolina. That is a state that I like. I don't know how close you are to South Jersey, like really far South Jersey. There are tax sales there. And that's near DC. Let's see. Are there any places that you like to go, Jessica? Any states that you like to go, and I could tell you what happens there. Okay, you're in DC. Okay, so there is West Virginia, but they don't have much available. South Carolina, Tennessee are the redeemable deed states near you. Tennessee's not that close, but South Carolina, I don't think that's too far away. New Jersey, I think. Maryland would be the closest, and then New Jersey. I'd actually have to look at a map to see. Just want to make sure I put my phone on silent so we don't get bothered by any phone calls while I'm answering your questions. Yeah, Tennessee has redeemable deed sales, and South Carolina has redeemable deed sales. Now, here's the difference between them and Maryland. In Maryland, you're going to bid premium, and you're not going to have to pay the premium until you actually foreclose on the property. In Tennessee and South Carolina, the price of the deed gets bid up because you're actually buying the deed, but you don't actually get it until the year redemption period's over. So you're going to have to bid more and pay more, right? Because you're bidding up the price of the house, starting at the back taxes, starting at the minimum bid, and you're just going to bid it up from there. You're going to have to pay the whole thing that day. You usually get an hour to pay it. South Carolina is all online. Tennessee has maybe a handful South Carolina is all live. All those tax sales are live as far as I know. The Tennessee are mostly live, but there are about a handful of counties in Tennessee that do online tax sales. Those are going to be competitive. I did go to a tax sale in South Carolina with a client right before COVID. It was 2018, and then I had another client buy in 2019. And he went to a few tax sales in South Carolina. And then I did go down and bid in an online sale in Tennessee for a client, for a partner of mine. And I did not get anything. I bid in one of the online sales, but I went actually down there to look at the properties. Okay, so Cookie asks, I have been following you. I was wondering if you happen to have an affordable site you can refer me to where I can search for liens. I called the counties on some properties and they told me to get a title search for Florida, Arkansas, and Massachusetts. And let me ask you, Cookie, this is a little complicated to answer because I need to know some specifics. I need to know what are you going to tax deed sales or tax lien sales? Florida does both. Massachusetts doesn't do lien sales. So I don't do title searches when I go to a lien sale. I don't do title searches. I don't do a title search until it's time to foreclose on the property. If I was buying in Massachusetts, Massachusetts does deeds. So I would do a title search and I would search the title myself. I wouldn't pay somebody else to do it. But I use tax sale finders to find out what tax sales are coming up around the country and also to look at the properties in the sale and to get a property report. And I can order a title search from them as well at a really affordable price, like 50 or 60 bucks, something like that. Okay. And that's and for tax deed sales, for tax deed sales, you do need to do a title search, and I would use either use tax sale finders or do it myself. All right, now the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is that we have a 3-day challenge starting tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. And I'll actually be showing my screen. Actually, I have a whiteboard, so I might be doing stuff on the whiteboard and showing my screen. And I'll actually be showing you how to do this stuff in the online tax lien sales. Sorry, Cookie, this is about the tax lien sales, not the tax deed sales, but it's the buying tax liens online 3-day challenge. And you could sign up for that for free. And Nicole just put in there a link for you to go to tax sale finders, and you could find out they have different levels of, it's a monthly subscription with them. Now I do, for anybody that has is in my members area in the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator, not only do they get a coaching call with me, we're going to do it tomorrow night, each month, and they get access to wealth building webinars and all the workshops that we do. Okay, and we have one coming up next week. We have a Buying Tax Liens Online 2-hour workshop where I actually work with you on what you're doing with the online tax lien sales. And we'll be updating the online tax lien course with that. Members get all that for free. Okay, some of these courses are $500 courses that they get for free. And it also includes tax sale finders. All right, it includes a membership that gives you 50 property reports a month. Okay, I don't know what that is on tax sale finders, but you could go out. It's $197 a month to be a member, or you could save, you could get 2 months for free if you do it for the whole year at $19.70 for the year. So you pay for the whole year and you get 2 months free. And Nicole, could you put that link in there for the membership? taxlienlady.com/membership, where they can go and find out more about the membership. Nicole has already put the link in there for you to sign up for the 3-day challenge for free. So sign up for that. It is at 3 p.m. Plan about an hour. I'm going to do a 30-minute training and then answer questions. So we might be done in 45 minutes, but if there's a lot of people and a lot of questions, I'll hang around, until the hour. So plan from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. And Nicole has just put the link in there for that for you. All right. So, and thank you, Cookie, and you're welcome. Thank you for your question, and thank you for coming today to ask it. And thank you, Jessica, for your question earlier today. So I know we have more people than that here. So what did you come here to find out? Let me know, so I can answer it the best of my ability. Okay. What do you want to know about tax lien or tax deed investing? And don't forget to let me know what state you're talking about, okay? Because it's very different in every state. Make sure you sign up for the 3-day challenge starting tomorrow. It's free. And if you're interested in how you could get some more training from me, a lot more training, and into a group coaching call every month, you can go to the link that Nicole has just put in and find out about membership. All right. I'm here to answer your questions. So, what are your questions? All right, because if we don't have any questions, this is going to be a really short Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live. All right, I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee, which is getting a little cold now. And I usually don't drink coffee this late in the day. I usually like 12 o'clock cut it off, but I left the house this morning to go to a tax sale and only had 1 cup of coffee. I didn't have my second cup of coffee. I never had my second cup of coffee. So I felt like having another one after lunch. Okay. All right, so no more questions. Don't you guys want to know anything about tax lien, tax deed sales? Or bidding at the tax lien or tax deed sales? All right, I'll give you, okay, Cookie's asking, do you teach how to do your own property search and find open liens on a property? Cookie, it's really easy. You go to the property tax records, and sometimes you can do it online. Sometimes you have to go into the property tax records. And in Pennsylvania, where I live, it's called the prothonotary. And in South Carolina, I think they call it that also, the prothonatory's office. But in other states, in the other counties, it's called county records. You go into the county records and you look up the owner's name. The liens are recorded under the owner's name. So you look up the owner's name. And sometimes if you have public records online for a county, you could do it online. If there's 2 or more owners, you got to look up each owner's name. And if you go into the Hall of Records to do it, somebody there can help you. That's their job, to help you look up stuff like that. Okay, and what you're finding is the recording of these liens. All right, if there's a mortgage recorded and the mortgage has been paid off, there's also going to be that will also be recorded as well. I forget what they call it, but if a mortgage is satisfied, that gets recorded as well. And when you do the search, you'll find all the documents that are listed in that person's name. So some of them might not be on that property that you're interested in, so you just have to look and see for the ones that are on that property. So basically that's how you do it. The other thing that you could do is go into the county records office and see who's doing it. There's title absconders, that because you don't want to pay for a title search because you don't need title insurance. So you just need to search the title and see what the liens are, right? So there are title absconders in the office that do that for the title companies, right, in the County Hall of Records. So you can, find out who they are when you go in there and ask them if they would, give them the address of the property that you're interested, or actually it's the owner that they need, and let them look it up for you, or give them the property address so they could find anything on that property. And they'll usually do it very cheap, Okay. Jessica is asking, what can I share about the city of St. Louis? The city of St. Louis is different. They have sales quite often. Let me look and I will tell you. And I'm looking in, I used tax sale finders for this. And I'm just looking. And I'm guessing you're talking about St. Louis, Missouri. Make sure I have the right state, because there could be another St. Louis, right? Do I have the right state? Let me make sure of that before I log in to tax sale finders and look and see. All right. Hold on a minute and let me. Yes. Okay. Missouri. Okay. So what I would do is, nothing's coming up right now for St. Louis in tax sale finders. Well, you look by the state, so nothing's coming up for Missouri, but they do have something in tax sale finders. They have a resource center. So I could go to the resource center and go to the county contact info, and then put in the state, which in this case is Missouri. Because St. Louis, I know, has tax sale. They do it a little bit differently than the rest of the state. And I think they have tax sales more than just once a year. So that's what I'm checking on now. And then, okay, so now I'm going to go to St. Louis. There's St. Charles County, St. Louis City in St. Louis. Oh, and okay, so you wanted to know about the city, right? Because there's also a St. Louis County. The city, okay. Yeah, and that's separate from the county with tax sales. All right, so I'm looking there now. And let's see. And what I'm going to do is go right to the website. Before I do that, I just want to check, because you can't just read the state statutes, because some cities do things differently actually than the rest of the state, and it's not going to tell you that in the state statutes. So what I'm doing is going right to the website of the person in charge of the sale, the controlling entity of the sale, which in this case is the tax collector for St. Louis City. And I know that because I went to Tax Sale Finders and went to their resource center to find that out. Okay, so it is the collector of revenue, which is the tax collector, basically. They call it the collector of revenue. And I'm looking at their website to see what I could find out. And I'm going to go to, they have like all different links to all different types of taxes, but I'm going to go to real estate tax, because that's what we're talking about here is real estate tax. And when I go to the real estate tax link, sale suit schedule information. Okay. Sometimes they call it a suit, meaning it's a legal suit, a lawsuit against a property that goes into the sales. But I see they have sales. They had sales in June. August was postponed. They had it in September. I don't see any scheduled for the rest of the year. Oh, wait a minute. October 19th. Okay, that's the suit was October 19th. But I don't see any sales scheduled for the rest of the year. So I would, they would have their sales next year. And I'm looking like for general information. You'd have to kind of look around and see. I forget the exact type of sales they do. They're actually different than they see the rest of the state. Missouri does tax lien sales, but they do something different in St. Louis City. And off the top of my head, I don't remember. Oh, here's the property sale procedures. Let's see. Yeah, it's just talking about payment. Land sale process. Yeah, they call it a land sale. Yeah, I think they're actually selling the deeds in the city of St. Louis. And you could look, what I would do is I would just go to the collector's website and look. You could even get their email and their phone number and call them and find out. They don't have anything coming up for the rest of the year, which is why Tax Sale Finders only has the information for the sale a couple of weeks before the sale. Well, not maybe 4 weeks before the sale. That's when that's when the county or the city has to make the data available, only 4 weeks before the sale. All right. So I hope I answered that question for you. Okay, and that was Jessica. I hope I answered that one for you, Jessica. I don't go around with all this information in my head for every city and every county, obviously, right? Yeah, yeah. And if you're going to check it out in the search engine, just put in, make sure you put city in there, because there's a St. Louis County. Put City of St. Louis Collector. Okay. Or Collector of Revenue is the full title. Um, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if they have a redemption period or not, but if they're actually selling the deed in their land sale, probably not. You're just buying the property. But you'd have to check out all the facts on their site. And then when it gets closer to when they're actually having a sale, then you'll find more information on tax sale finders. All right. Any other questions? Thank you for your questions, guys. This wouldn't be any fun without you, without your questions. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Remember to sign up for the 3-day challenge, especially if you're interested in the online tax lien sales that are happening this fall and you want to jump in there and get some liens before the end of the year, because that's my purpose of doing this. There's so many sales, there's so many tax lien sales going on from now until the end of the year. Colorado, all the counties in Colorado are going to have their sales in most of them in November, some of them in the end of October, but now is the time to do it because one of them it's already too late to register for. Okay, you have to register a couple of weeks ahead of time for these tax sales. New Jersey they have over 120 sales right now, and there will be more in December. December is one of the biggest months of the year for New Jersey. Indiana is just finishing up. So it's not too late to register for a couple of the Indiana sales, but if you want to do it, you got to do it now. So we're going to start this challenge tomorrow at 3:00. And Cookie's asking, will you be able to break down how to do your own property search to find liens in a sample with the group membership? Well, if that's what you want, I cater to the members in the membership coaching. So it's it's group coaching. So it's whatever the members want me to coach them on. That's what I do when I do show my screen. Okay. For the challenge, we're not going to be doing that because we're going to be focusing on liens, online liens. Okay, day 1 is tomorrow. We're going to talk about, why bid online and about bidding premium in the different states, the states that have online sales coming up now, and which ones I think are better to bid in. How to pick the best places to bid, and where to get the results of the past tax sales, so that you know how much you have to bid, and then you know whether you want to go to that sale or not, right? All right. Okay. All right. You're welcome, Cookie. Any other questions? Did we have somebody who just joined us now? Looks like we have one more person online than we had before. Did somebody get kicked out and come back in? Let me know where you're, or was that you, Nicole? Did you get kicked out and come back in? That happens sometimes. So let me know. Let me know, you guys that are here that haven't asked any questions yet, let me know what state you're from. Say hello so that I know who's here. Let me know what state you're from. Okay, Nicole said that wasn't her. So, and if you did just come on, you want to listen to the replay and get the link, look in the comments section. The comments on Facebook have all the links, right? And Nicole did put a link in to sign up for the free challenge that starts tomorrow at 3:00 Eastern time. All right, so I hope to see you guys there. Maybe not you, Cookie, because I know you're interested in deeds, but anybody that wants to do the online sales, anybody that wants to get a lien before the end of the year, I hope to see you in the challenge. And then we'll have a workshop next week, and we'll find out about that workshop and how you can get into that workshop in the challenge. Okay, All right, I think that's a wrap because I'm not getting any more questions, Nicole. So I will see you guys. I guess I won't be here until next month. We do this on the second and third Tuesday of the month. So we'll do this again the second week of November, the second Tuesday of November. Okay. All right. You're going to be in the challenge. Great, Cookie. Great. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful week. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.